Hi, my name is Yvonne.
My name is Hillary Smith, and I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
My name is Mandy Buchannan, and I'm here from Lubbock, Texas.
I'm Savannah Thomas from Amarillo, Texas.
And we are in the music room. You can go on with this same fight. You think you're bleeding, I think you're alright. Been running down the same old road since you were 12. Gotta let it go, let it go. Don't ever think I'd let you drown the dailiness of your favorite frown. 'Cause you can walk and you can talk, and you're better off than you think you are. And your eyes, they shine like rays of light. Nothing that you're ready to be queen of anything you like. And your arms, they're strong, and your legs, they keep you moving on and on and on and on and on. On and on and on and on and on. There's no excuse for your excuses. All this trouble, well, I think it's useless. So lay it down and get on up. I have no doubt you can stand on love, and your eyes, they shine like rays of light. Nothing that you're ready to be queen of anything you like. And your arms, they're strong, and your legs, they keep you moving on and on and on and on and on. On and on and on and on and on. On and on through life we go.
We go
On and on down different roads.
down different roads.
On and on we learn to grow.
Yeah, we learn to grow.
On and on and on and on and on. And your eyes, they shine like rays of light. And I think that you're ready to be queen of anything you like. And your arms, they're strong, and your legs, they keep you moving on and on and on and on and on. And your eyes, they shine like rays of light. Nothing that you're ready to be queen of anything you like. And your arms, they're strong, and your legs, they keep you moving on and on and on and on and on. On and on and on and on and on, yeah. On and on and on and on and on. On and on and on and on and on. Your eyes.
Thank you. Welcome, welcome. For our listening audience, these four gorgeous women are known as hONEyhoUSe, and we are so very fortunate to have them in our studio today.
Yes, we are.
An honor, an absolute honor. Thank you for being here.
And to have our audience, too. It's nice to have a nice audience here on a Sunday afternoon as we're taping in Waxahachie. Welcome.
Thank you.
God.
Thank you for having us.
We've been talking about this for a long time, and this all kind of started for me by running into your dad at the supermarket. and I was talking to Mandy,
Randy
really.
can make lifelong friends at the supermarket. He does it on a weekly
So I
basis.
think that's right, isn't it,
So does Bob.
Isn't that right, Bob?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I ran into him, and he knew who I was, and he said something about it, and he said, really like for you to hear my daughter's band. And no offense, but I hear that. You get that. What, I get 20 calls a week with that, and then Bob says, no, they're really good, And I said, well, come by and drop me a CD. And then him and Mandy came back, and then I love Mandy and I love Bob, and oh, my God. Y'all are fabulous, fabulous.
Absolutely.
We're going to talk about a lot of things, but first of all, each one of you just tell us kind of where you were born and raised and what got you into music.
Well, my name's Yvonne, and I was born in California, raised in California, and I've been in Amarillo, Texas for about almost 5 years now. And I started playing guitar when I was about 8. So I'm really old now, so I've played for a long time now.
70 years.
70 years I've been playing.
Well, you wear it well.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
I'm a fourth generation New Mexican, and I grew up in Hobbs, New Mexico. Lots of choirs, lots of church music going on in Hobbs, and that's where I kind of learned to just love music and gospel and harmony. And I think I sang before I spoke loudly. Yeah.
Man.
I'm Mandy, and I was born and raised in Southeast Texas, in Bridge City, and fell in love with the mountains of New Mexico, and lived there for a little while, and now I'm in Lubbock, Texas, which I love being back in Texas. It's wonderful. Music's just always been a part of my life. My dad and his brothers were just musicians here in Waxahachie. It's just always been around, and luckily they let me sing with them and encouraged me to sing. And
Savannah, I'm sorry. You forgot you weren't on stage. I just
it's
panned right
okay.
over.
It's
Tell
okay,
us
I'm the
about your
baby. I
background.
get left behind. I'm originally from Wellington, Texas. I started drumming when I was about 12. I've been living in Amarillo for like 7 years, I think.
Y'all are really spread out between Amarillo and are you in Albuquerque?
I'm in Amarillo now.
You're in Amarillo.
Yeah.
So
You're in
how did you
Albuquerque.
guys come together?
well,
Go ahead, Mandy.
I lived in Red River, New Mexico for about 14 or 15 years, and I sang at a local bar there, the Lodge at Red River, and the Mother Lode Saloon. Now it's called the Lost Love Saloon over there at the Lodge. I've been singing there for a really long time. I was with the house band and everything, and have been singing at Lost Love, and the owner, Steve Hegland, brings in lots of different musicians, and we have a lot of musicians pass through, and Yvonne was there one weekend, and we just kind of, it was just immediate. Everyone was saying, you've got to hear this girl, Yvonne. And so I came in, and I think I was largely pregnant at the time. And so I was backing off a little bit from singing, but we just met, and it was like instant. We just fell in love with each other, and we were fast friends immediately. We sang Angel from Montgomery together, and I think we both cried. And it was just like, I mean, it was just a connection.
It was just pure. It was really nice, yeah.
So we sang together every time she'd come to Red River, and then I was in Amarillo singing with her a little bit. And then a couple years later, they brought in Hillary's band, Soul Kitchen, came in to play. It was very much the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we
both
met
fell in love with Hillary
instantly. I mean, she just like walked on stage. They were doing a sound check. Yvonne and I were, kind of going, okay, we're going to hear this girl. What's the big fuss about this girl, And then she walked in, and she just took the stage for sound check, and it was, I mean, she was just amazing.
Yeah.
Our mouths dropped.
Both our
and we were
mouths
like,
just dropped to the floor. We're like,
Yeah.
we need this girl with us.
yeah, and it was just amazing.
And then Savannah had been playing with Yvonne in Amarillo for a while.
Yeah,
A while.
she actually works at a place where I play, and the owner said, "Have you heard Savannah play djembe or drums?" And I said, "No, but let's do it." She popped right in on us, an original song she'd never heard, and I was completely blown away. And I called these girls and I said, "We need her." I said, "Okay, bring her on."
Well, first we were like, oh, God, I don't know if we can afford a fourth person. I may not be able to get shoes this month. And
Got to have those shoes.
yeah, those new shoes got to hit the Dillard sale. And then
Or Starbucks.
And then we heard her for like 30 seconds, and it was just like, well, I'll just go barefoot from now on. She's coming. And so
I want to talk to y'all about the albums and the things that you've done and the things you're going to do. But tell us about On and On.
On and On is actually the first song that we all wrote together. I had most of it done, and I kind of brought it to the girls, and it wasn't quite finished, and we finished it together. And it's the first song. It's kind of about just really taking charge of your life, and no matter what troubles and stuff you're going through, it's just your life is short, and
That's
you got to make.
Fantastic song.
Thank you.
You got a couple of lines in there just. I wish
Thank
I'd
you.
written.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So tell us about Baby Come Home, y'all. That's one you did together, right?
Yeah,
It is. It is. I mean, I started the chorus. I was kind of lingering. The baby come home. And I was like, this is brewing. I can tell. Like, so I bring it to the girls. And it was just instant. And they wrote most of it, actually. All I had was the chorus, I think.
So, Helen, I've got this great idea. Since they're all so spread out all over the place, they might as well come here to rehearse some weekend, don't you think?
Sure, why not? It's only a few hour drive.
Y'all do that song for us. Do Baby
Sure.
Come.
Sure.
So you want to tell them a little bit about that?
Yeah.
You tell it so
You brought
beautifully,
it up.
Baby
Well,
Come Home.
Well, actually, it was written kind of while we were on the road. Well, the verses were, and so we all kind of had pivotal things happen, and Miss Savannah's intended over here, and Yvonne has a son at home that's leaving for Texas Tech in just a few weeks, and my only daughter, it's just been us for a long time, and she's leaving for LSU in August, and Mandy has her 5-year-old Lindsay that's at home, and Mandy has the opportunity to have a really beautiful, strong relationship with her because they hang together just like best little friends. And so we love that the music has taken us out of our comfort zone and taken us across different borders and everything. However, we're having to get used to at kind of a late age to kind of adapt to like leaving our lovers and our kids, and it's a mixed blessing. And so every verse deals a little bit with everybody's kind of personal experience. So
Cool.
yeah.
Let's hear it.
Those blue eyes, they send me over the moon and back. Your heart stays inside me wherever I might land. Baby, come home. Baby, come home. Baby, come home. Lay your love on me. Baby, come home. Baby, come home. Baby, come home. Lay your love on me. Baby, come home. She's leaving this August. It's time for her to go. She's growing, and I'm knowing that I'll miss her so. Baby, come home. Baby, come home. Baby, come home. Lay your love on me. Baby, come home. Baby, come home. Baby, come home. Lay your love on me. She got comfortable and decided to settle in. Told her friends it was much too hard on her to begin again. The love she didn't see coming took her dancing in the wind. She walked down another fire for this love. Every minute Daddy handle them both with care. Little footsteps in the driveway, she hates to leave them there.
Thank you very much, y'all.
That's not only great song and done well, it is great songwriting.
Y'all are going places. I can feel it in my blood. And I'm going to get to say, I remember when. Y'all are fantastic.
Thank you.
And it doesn't surprise me one bit that you won Album of the Year in Albuquerque, was it?
New Mexico Music Awards.
Oh, okay. Well, tell us about that.
The industry awards in New Mexico are a very big deal in that state. It's kind of like the state, they try to arrange the show kind of like a Grammy production. And it's we've had some Grammy winners come out of New Mexico, and so it's a very prestigious thing, and we were very honored. We were actually nominated for 10,
I think.
10 awards the first year, and every one of them kept passing us by. We were counting down. It was just like, well, it's our first album. And then they got to the very last award that they announced at the end of the ceremony was Best of the Year, and so we got it. So you can imagine how inebriated all of our friends were by that time.
We had a lot of people come in from different areas.
That could have been a drinking game. Every time they don't win, take a shot. So anyway, so that was really beautiful. That was a big deal to us.
Yeah.
It should be.
Yeah, absolutely. You have a song called Rio Grande.
Rio Grande.
I didn't know if it was Grande or Grand.
Yeah. As I said before, I lived in Red River, New Mexico for many years, and it's just a real special place to me. I've loved it since I was a child, so I was fortunate enough to be able to actually live there and start my family there. There came a time when I really felt like it was time for us to go. It was time for us to leave, and I really felt like things were changing in our lives, and partly that was, hONEyhoUSe was really becoming something, and my husband had lived there for like 23, 24 years. And that's our little community. And there's 400 people. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Red River, but there are 450 people that live there in that town. So you know everyone. And I was a school teacher for 11 years there. So I also knew all their children. So anyway, I was really struggling with, is this what we're supposed to do? Pack up, just leave all this. But I also felt very strongly that that's where we were being led, is to move to Colorado Springs. And I was coming back from something we had done in Albuquerque, and I was just really struggling and just really battling with this whole decision that we were making. We put our house on the market, and I was driving through. We'd get to drive through this beautiful canyon anytime I left Red River, and so I was driving through, and the Rio Grande just runs right there.
Oh, wow.
And the song itself is very explicit, I feel like, in the entire experience. I just really felt called to pull over and follow some instructions. And I was very hesitant to do that, but in fact I got all the way down to the river, put my toe in, and I could have sworn like a water moccasin went across my it was not a water moccasin, it's like freezing cold water, but I ran and jumped all the way back in my car and got in the car and drove away, and that little voice just said, you need to turn back around and go right back. And so I did, and then proceeded to have that experience that I had. So that's where this song comes from. It's called Rio Grande.
Baptize myself in the Rio Grande. I believe I was held as I stepped onto dry land. Baptize myself in the Rio Grande. Let the water wash it all away. Drive along the lost highway, seeking peace of mind, looking out for what's to come. Can't imagine what I'll find. Too scared to get much closer, too stubborn to drive away. Heard a voice from deep within, child, time to obey. Baptize myself in the Rio Grande. I believe I was held as I stepped onto dry land. Baptize myself in the Rio Grande. Let the water wash it all away. Walk along the riverside, waiting for the rain, keeping up appearances. I can't carry all this pain. Too scared to get much closer, too stubborn to walk away. Heard a voice from deep within, child, time to obey. Baptize myself in the Rio Grande. I believe I was held as I stepped onto dry land. Baptize myself in the Rio Grande. Let the water wash it all away. Rising up out of the canyon below, that little crying out, baptize myself in the Rio Grande. I believe I was held as I stepped onto dry land. Baptize myself in the Rio Grande. Let the water wash it all away. Let the water wash it all away. Let the water wash.
Thanks, you guys.
Amazing. Y'all are just more than special. More than special. I told you before, it's really an honor to have you here.
It's an honor to be
All of
here.
you.
Man, thank you.
Tell us about the Powerful Women Advocate Awards Advocate thing that you guys are involved in. I know that I see that both y'all are involved in it.
Well, actually, that was Powerful Women / Awards. We recently acquired some nice new gear, and we kind of love it that we can like book our own gigs and drive ourselves there, set up our own stuff, do all of our merchandising, be involved in the production, do the songwriting. We are finding the more we know and the more we get accustomed to like really making things happen for ourselves, the more guesswork is involved, and it's a very empowering experience. And when we first started, Yvonne and I, being a couple years older than Mandy, we've been doing it for a while. And so initially, I think it was mostly us setting up the PA and everything, and now Mandy's all like, got it going on.
Got the quarter inch to the
She's like,
XLR
done.
to the.
Got it.
But you know, there's something real powerful about being vertical, just being able to do it all.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
That's
to where
true.
you're not depending on somebody else.
Plus, you can get some shoes.
Save
I think I
money
need those to
on the
set up in.
roadies, and yes, get some shoes.
You and me, Helen, right here, girl.
Every time. Tell us about that song.
Every time. Well, dating in your 50s is so fun. It's so fun. And so initially, so this song was written about a gentleman that was in my life.
The key word here is was.
That's all she's gonna
No,
say.
but you know what? You know what? Now it's we're to a place, and I was just telling these girls today, it's really come full circle. And thank goodness that little guy was in my life, because now we have this cool song. We can. It's awesome. He has other fine
Got a
qualities.
great song out of it.
Yeah. That's
a
a
great
good
song.
thing. Let's hear it.
Build that little place in the desert. Watch the sun going down. Hold my worn out hands like I'm a princess.
keep me from spinning round. And I can't help my nature, no. My heart's been hardwired. Growing older feels like starting over every time, every time you smile. All the days before this, there were nights I sold my soul, and now it's clear when you're holding me dear, they were all just stepping stones. And I can't help my nature. My heart's been hardwired. Growing older feels like starting over every time. Oh, every time. Introduce me to a side of myself I never knew. A storm is blowing in my love, and I can't wait to dance in the rain. I can't wait, oh, to dance in the rain. I can't help my nature. My heart's been hardwired. I can't help my nature. My heart's been hardwired. Growing older feels like starting over every time. Yeah, every time. Yeah, every time.
Thank you.
So let me ask a question of all three of you, and I'll let you start with you, Hillary, since you just did that song. At what point in time in your life did you decide you could write, and who was it, or what writers inspired you to go that direction as opposed to just doing cover songs?
You know what? I've been writing songs for probably about 25 or 30 years. Honestly, I did not feel like a songwriter until hONEyhoUSe happened. And I would say that my initial influence was Yvonne, because I heard some of the things that she had produced and written, and I was knocked out. I was just knocked out by how organic and real and intimate the lyrics were. And I think that we've both learned so much from that. And she validated us along the way. And when she says something's cool, I know it's cool. And we have some fun at songwriting sessions, because sometimes some stuff's really ridiculous. And,
I have a few of those.
yeah, we have a few of those, but we instead of getting our feelings hurt, and certainly no disrespect or no disregard to the men that I work with presently and in my past, they've all been sweet brothers. But in this sisterhood, it feels very safe. It feels very safe to put out that raw kind of emotion and transpose it into kind of a lyrical form.
But you put all your heart out there. I mean, that's you.
Yeah.
We
It
honor
is.
each other and respect each other a lot in our writing, in our everyday lives, all the way around. You
So
know?
how about you? What made you realize you could write? And who
Well-
who are the writers that influenced you?
I started writing when I was about 9, and they were terrible songs, but I was doing it, you know. And I think that, believe it or not, Pat Benatar was a huge influence for me, and Neil Giraldo, her husband. The way that they wrote, same with Eric Clapton, and there's a guy named Doyle Bromhall who,
Doyle.
yes, wrote a ton of stuff for
Junior?
yeah,
Senior both.
yeah,
So-
for Stevie Ray Vaughan and Eric Clapton and B.B. King, and on that side, and then on the folk side or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, because I hear both sides.
Yeah,
I hear
Sean
the souls
Colvin.
kind of- yeah.
You know, just Joni Mitchell, people like that really inspired me. And I'd like to say one thing about these girls. They have made me step up to the plate to be a better guitar player, because Hillary will do something and I'll be like, well, I need to catch up to her. She'll do something vocally, or Mandy, and she'll say, well, I'm going to hear this. And I'm like, okay, you know. And
You realize
and
you got to be good too.
well, and they
So
make
in all
me
aspects.
play better. And I'm able to do stuff that I can't sing and play myself. So I get
I
to
know
play
that
stuff.
feeling.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I
Oh,
get to play
exactly. Yeah.
and let them just do their thing. And it's just really honored. It's honoring to be with these girls, for sure.
Let's go to the little blonde lady. Over there.
Oh gosh. You know, I always was a little bit of a writer, you know, even as a young person, just like, I loved writing stories and poems and everything, but everything I always have written to me was always very much the same, you know, you know, and my sweet dad had taught me to play a few chords on the guitar, so every song I ever wrote was in G, C, and D, because that's what I could play, and they all sounded the same. I never really thought of myself as a songwriter, like not even close. I mean, you know, I just never thought of it, and
Well, you are.
She's a brilliant songwriter.
well, it's these girls. I mean, it's just like, I had no confidence either. I mean, I could share it with my dad because he's my dad, and he, you know, is my dad, and he loves what I do, and he's very sweet and always would help me. Bringing it to these girls was like, in fact, was it Rio Grande that I was like, or no, it was Newhouse.
Newhouse,
And I
yeah.
said, I'm not going to write this song. You know, I have some lyrics here, and they were like, you most definitely are going to
Yeah.
write this song. We're going to sit down right now, and we're writing this song.
Yeah.
And it came out, and it was beautiful. I think I cried the first few songs we wrote together. Every time we finished a song, I would just cry and be like,
Yeah. For real.
you know, so cathartic and just,
It's almost like giving birth in a way.
yeah.
No, really.
quite,
because-
Remy.
No, it is.
Close.
I've had a kidney stone, but not that. Yeah. But it is when you put your song out there, though.
Yeah.
You feel that like you do with the child. You don't want it to be criticized. You don't want it.
Yeah.
You know. You want you
Yeah.
kind of have those feelings.
That's true.
you know.
But I mean, there is such a beautiful process with the way that we do things, and I think it's just all about, you know, we absolutely love each other as people. I mean, we just honor each other, we respect each other, we are so close as friends. As it's more than just the music right here. It's like when, you know, if I say, Hillary, this is what I'm trying to say, and I will take 5 minutes telling her what I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. Can you help me put that into like 2 words?
Boom. Done.
Boom, and it's done, and I'm like, that's exactly what I wanted to say.
Well, we know who the boob in the band is.
But it's true. I mean, and it just works so beautifully,
It does.
and it's such an honor, and it's just a sweetness.
And you know who's got songs in her? Is this one over here?
Yes.
I can see songs in Savannah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, and
We
it's
talked
like.
earlier.
Yeah, and it's like, hey, Savannah, what do you think about this right here? Because she's also very young and hip, this girl right here, and she just lays it down. No, I don't think it should be that way.
No.
It needs to be like this. Boom.
Yeah. She'll say that, and then she'll go, woo, and walk out the room.
That's all you needed.
And it's like, gosh, she is so right. That's exactly what it should be.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you know, it's just really,
She's hearing it from a different perspective, which
Absolutely.
is great. That's one thing I love about what y'all have is you've got really your across the board perspectives, from folk to gospel to blues to to country. I hear it all in your music, and also I hear the newer music because of what she does. Mm-hmm. It takes guts and I've never heard a songwriter write a song about a helicopter. So tell us about that.
I'll leave that to Hill.
Well, you know that sweet song, that love song that I just wrote. Helicopter's the breakup song. That song was just kind of about getting my power back through perspective, you know. So, yeah.
Well, let's hear that song.
How is it so easy for you to walk yourself right out my door? Just this summer you spoke of love, now you don't want me anymore. Now does it please you to see me crashing and burn the wine you left behind? Ain't no use. I think I'll get dressed up and on out to church wearing some high heel forgiveness shoes. Goodbye, I'm high, it's alright now. I'm in my helicopter. But Lord, you're cold, I'm in control. I'm in my helicopter. To look down. Now I could never hate you. Watch me elevate while you're still on the ground. Much obliged for the road trip, darling, and the slow dancing in the sand. I miss the hummingbirds on your back porch. Lord knows I'll miss my handyman. Above all that trouble, above all that mess, I got eagle-eye vision. And may I suggest you come up here on your own sometime. Figure your sweet self out, sugar, now. Find your mind. Discover why you burn cold and hot. I'm precious, you see, whether I'm yours or not. Goodbye, I'm high, it's alright. Perspective. Everything looks so small from up here.
Well, you guys just don't have a bad song. What can I say? It's great. And we talked about your first CD. I know you've got a second and a third. First, let me have you tell our listening audience where they can purchase your CDs and if you have a website and how they can find you.
We do have a website. We have a new revamped, beautiful website. So you can find us at hONEyhoUSe.me.
And you can buy there.
You can
too.
buy there. Mm-hmm. You can find out what we're doing, where we're going to be.
We brought a few thousand copies of our CDs today, just in case.
Available in a living room near you.
Available in a living room near you. Mm-hmm.
In the music room.
And everywhere that there's like the digital Amazon, iTunes, all that.
Yep.
We also have, and I love to say this, we also have a Pandora station.
Oh, cool.
We do. So if you go to create your playlist and you type in HONEyHOUSE, we are there.
There we are.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Very cool.
Where do you do your recording, since you guys are kind of close but not really, as far as where you live?
Go ahead, Hill.
We have just a sweet, sweet, beautiful brother. His name is John Wall. When we first got together, we really had no budget at all. And we went to him, we were like, well, actually, we went to like this fancy, and I had done some work there. It's a beautiful studio in Santa Fe. And we went and we kind of did a little demo there. And Mandy said, he just did not love on us enough. We are not recording here. And then so we went to Wall of Sound Studios with John Wall, and we played On and On for him. And he John is perhaps the most decorated engineer in New Mexico. And he just welled up with tears, and he goes, I can't believe this, man. It's like, gosh, I like football and girls and chicken wings and stuff. Man, I can't believe I'm crying. And he said, I can do it for this much. And I said, brother, man, that's our entire budget. And he goes, tell me what I can do it for.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Yeah.
And he did the same thing with us on our second CD. And
He
then
did a
was with
great
us.
job, by the way,
Yeah.
as a producer.
He gets
I
us.
can tell you that he's very, very good.
Yeah.
And and last year at the New Mexico Music Awards, he won the most prestigious producer award, and that's the Norman Petty Producers Award. And
So
he's
For
the
Medicine
right
Lodge.
guy.
Oh, and we just, it's like we're family. I mean,
He's one of us, for sure.
in fact,
That's
everybody.
been evident
Him
in
and
the
his wife,
recordings.
yeah.
He is. And he is just, everybody else has a pretty high standard now at this point, because I compare everyone to John. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, and the way that he treats us. And he
And he loved on you now.
He loves
He did.
and continues. He did. He got it.
He's
and he
Brother
just
B.
loves on us, and he's just precious and sweet. And
Yeah.
And his studio is in
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque, yes.
so
Wall of
people,
Sound.
People that need recordings in that area, Wall of
Absolutely.
Sound
He's
recording
wonderful.
will push you
Yeah.
his way.
You have a song that you're going to do next. It's called Perfect Mess, and I understand there's a story behind that, which we'd love for you to share.
Go ahead, Mando.
Well, I don't. It's just a story about being real. I mean, it's we all kind of have these personas, that we put up, these expectations that we know that people have of us, and we all have roles to fill. Everybody kind of tries to mask or cover up what's going on the inside, and part of the wonderment of knowing these ladies is really coming into accepting, like, myself, realizing that I am not perfect, but I'm a little bit more like a perfect mess. And but yet I believe that everybody's like that. I think everybody has their own struggle. Everybody has their own, you don't know what kind of battle anybody's dealing with just by looking at them. And that's why you should just love on them and be
But they're
kind to
dealing with
everyone.
it, though.
But everybody's
Yeah, yeah.
dealing with it. You don't know. And so, we feel very strongly, as you can tell, like loving on people, is just an important thing for us, and kindness, And so, anyway, so that's the story behind Perfect Mess, is just that it's, letting that down and just being real.
Mm-hmm.
We flew in to see her.
Thank you, Hill.
In Denver.
The story you were going for.
Well, we just have to say it. And so we get there, and she comes running out, and we get in the car, and she has like a little piece of, I don't know what you have, but anyway, you're like, I wrote a new song on the way to the airport. Hope you like it.
Yeah.
And so
it was this one.
we immediately went home and started working on it. I hate to say it's my favorite, because I have a few favorites, but
It's one of my favorites.
it really is on the album. I just think the production's
Is
great.
this
and
on the new album?
It is.
It
And
is.
Savannah and Yvonne are just brilliant on it. Beautiful.
And here we go.
You may think you'll see me put together oh so pretty, picture perfect all the time, every move completely, rehearse never freely,
Look at me, I'm doing fine. But I don't always like what I see in the mirror.
Wanna change my hair, I wanna change my
Even
shape.
have a few scars inside and out.
Wanna change my style, I wanna change my
Small
ways.
things that you can't see that shake the very heart of me.
Just like you, I'm a pretty perfect mess. Just like everybody else. Without losing myself.
Through this life,
There's nothing special over here.
it sets me apart from the rest. I'm a perfect mess.
I hold firm to a few convictions like Jesus saves and God is not dead. Just about everything else I'm conflicted. So grateful for my brothers and sisters who carry me through my darkest hours on the very shoulders of their faith when I can't bear it. 'Cause I don't always like what I see in the mirror. Wanna change my hair, I wanna change my
Even have a few scars inside and out.
Wanna change my style, I wanna change my ways.
Things that you can't see that shake the very heart of me. Just like you. I don't always like what I see in the mirror.
Wanna change my hair, I wanna change my shape.
Even have a few scars inside and out.
Wanna change my style, I wanna change my ways.
Things that you can't see that shake the very heart of me.
Just like you, I'm a pretty perfect mess. Just like you.
I'm a perfect mess.
Great song, guys. Great
Thanks,
song.
you guys.
Are you doing this full time for your income, or do you all do other things?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing it, this and other stuff. I mean, I play about 5 nights a week. Too.
Okay.
Luckily, my partner works a real job
Do you do some?
and has insurance.
Do you do some solo? Do you do solo stuff as well?
I
still?
do, and
Yeah.
Hillary does,
Okay.
and sometimes I do stuff with Mandy, and I'll do stuff in Lubbock. Sometimes Savannah and I'll play a gig together in Amarillo.
For those of you that are not from Texas, these places are spread out. They're not
Yes.
close together. So just to let people know.
Are you currently shopping your songs to big record labels, producers, things like that, to try and get them picked up by major artists, or are you just trying to put your footprint in there so that you guys can go get that Grammy?
You know what? That would be awesome. if somebody picked up the song, we picked up our songs. That would be really nice for us.
Could I assume though that you're wanting hONEyHOUSe to be there? See, I don't see putting y'all
Yeah,
songs somebody else. I just
I'll just have, they're just so perfect.
just keep
Thank
just
you.
Things
pound
kind
away
of,
till you hit the right spot.
well, things just have kind of been. We just kind of put things in the hand of God. I
Yeah.
mean, really, if
That
everything-
shows in your songs too, by the way.
Well, and everything
you.
has just happened that way. We all know people. We all have little connections here and there. But it just kind of seems like this is the ride. Am I saying that well, do you think?
I think, yeah, we had a little bit of a crossroads. We were picked up by a booking kind of management team, and it became kind of just evident to us. We don't ignore things that are very important in our lives. So we just could see he is great at what he does, but there was a denominator of, there was a spiritual denominator. Actually, there was a spiritual
Yeah,
thing
but I
that
mean,
just
for
kind
him,
of,
yeah.
that just kind of wasn't happening, and we lovingly parted ways. It's a door that we keep open. Nothing ended badly, but we just decided, and he was promising kind of a European and a national distribution. And we thought
It was a hard decision.
that was a hard decision to walk away from. But every time we hit a house concert, we are immeasurably blessed. And to have I don't care if it's 50 people or 500 people singing our songs back to us. And we thought, what is better than that? What stage is better than that? What getting on a plane and going to wherever is better than what we're doing right now? And so we really have just handed it over. We know that God has us. God has been over us through everything, things that we don't work out for ourselves.
We wouldn't be together without
We know
it.
it's getting handled. So you know what? I don't know what the answer is. We just know it's getting handled.
Yeah. How do we make it work? It just works. It's very divine.
Okay, I'm going to ask you about this next song, and I hope I don't butcher it. Is it Cutiful You?
No, Beautiful You.
Beautiful. Okay. It looks like a K, doesn't it?
I'm sorry, that's me.
It's okay. Okay, I was like, well, that's kind of cute.
Beautiful is kinda cool.
Beautiful is cute. That's
cute name.
That's kind of creative.
Oh, you know, that's like a new hashtag. Oh, you're so cutiful.
Beautiful.
It's going to go viral now.
Okay, Beautiful You.
Beautiful
And
You.
let's see who wrote. Mandy, you wrote this? And
Well, actually, Yvonne started this, and she came to me with it and said, "Hey, I kind of started this song." And it was about somebody that we both, just loved fiercely, and Savannah was there too. Savannah was helpful in that one too, I believe, and kind of said, "Yes, I like the way this sounds, and maybe this way."
You know, it's how people see you. I mean, it's written from my perspective of how I see this person, and I think she's incredibly beautiful and inside and out, remarkable person, remarkable spirit, and sometimes she didn't always feel that way about herself, and so the more I can say it, the better. You know, if I put it in a song and it's permanently there, she can play it anytime she wants. So that's kind of what the premise of it was.
Yeah, and you know how, I think I remember saying to that person, I just wish that you saw yourself the way I see you. You know what I mean? Like what
That's
I see when I
basically
look
the
at
song,
you. And that's
yeah.
what this, that's kind of.
That's a good way to put it. I know a lot of people that
Yeah.
need that lesson.
We all do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all do that, I think, to an extent. So, Beautiful You,
let's hear
or
that
Cutiful You.
You can be beautiful and beautiful.
I got a new word.
You do.
Hashtag.
Copyrighted.
No kidding.
Copyright it, trademark it, and stamp it.
Come on, hold on to the sounds of the chimes blowing in the wind. Leave yourself open to love. Never thought of letting in. I know it takes a little more time to thicken up your skin. Give yourself something to ground your soul. The waves come rushing in. Don't forget where you hide your face, your beautiful face. Take me down to your favorite room, where the sunlight moves right along with you. Maybe you'll see yourself the way I do, 'cause all I see is beautiful you. I love your love. I love your love. I love your love. So long they're gone, all the pieces that you thought would always hold you back. Make sure you cry out loud, have yourself a belly laugh. But don't forget where you hide your face, your beautiful face. Take me down to your favorite room, where the sunlight moves right along with you. Maybe you'll see yourself the way I do, 'cause all I see is beautiful you. I love your love. I love your love. I love your love. Oh, oh Lord. Oh, I love your love.
I love your
Oh, my love. Oh, I love your love. Never find
Don't forget where you hide your face.
Your beautiful face. Take me down to your favorite room where the sunlight moves right along with you. Maybe you'll see yourself the way I do, 'cause all I see is beautiful you. I love your love. I love your love. Oh, take me down to your favorite room where the sunlight moves right along with you. Maybe you'll see yourself the way I do, 'cause all I see is beautiful you. I love your love. I love your love. I love your love.
I love your love. I love your love.
I love your
I love your love. Thanks, you guys.
The love that you have for each other shows, and God's love shows through you. The Bible defines God as love, so that's the definition both ways, and y'all have got it all going on.
Thank you.
Tell us about the song Pray.
Go ahead, Mandy.
Well, Yvonne started this song, and she sent it to me actually quite a while ago, and it was just, you know, a little bit of guitar, and she said, you know, I don't know how this song goes, but it's pray, 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 you know, and she kind of had a couple lines, and I loved it. I mean, I loved it immediately. She said, and you're going to sing it. I wrote the song for you. You're going to sing it. We're going to write it, and you're going to sing it. And I was like, okay, please, yes, I would love to sing it. You know, it just kind of eventually came around. And, you know, the other piece of this song is that Hillary has this gorgeous, wonderfully talented daughter
Yes.
who also keeps us very youthful. In our writing, and we were singing it to her, and we were just so excited about it. But we kind of had this piece we weren't quite sure what to do with. And this girl, Lyric, just her name is Lyric, so appropriate.
Oh, wow.
cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
What happens when you have a hippie mom? This poor thing.
And she just came in and she said, "Well, why don't you kind of do this?" You know, and she's got this gorgeous voice. I mean,
Beautiful,
and,
beautiful.
Yeah,
You'll hear it on the record.
Yes,
Yeah,
you will.
she's on
Good.
And she just kind of sang it a little bit to us what she was hearing, and it was like, that's what we needed. That's exactly what we needed.
Yep.
Lyric has a very strong heart for God. To me, I just love the fact that she was part of writing this song, you know. Yeah, it's called Pray.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
I love singing this song. This is one of my favorite songs. I feel like it's just it just makes me feel good. There's no way out. There's no way in. So get your gear and settle in. There's a storm coming. It's gonna rain, rain, rain. Put away fears, stomp them dead, so they can't hurt you ever again. Rome is burning, tides are turning round, round, round. Pray, pray, pray. Throw all your secrets away. Pray, pray, pray. Let love win. Pray, pray, pray. Throw all your secrets away. Pray, pray, pray. Let love win. Say you're tired.
yourself. Make your peace.
Loosen those chains.
Loosen those chains.
Let them fall, fall, fall.
Pray, pray, pray. Throw all your secrets away. Pray, pray, pray. Let love win. Somebody pray, pray, pray. Throw all your secrets away. Pray, pray, pray. Let love win. You can choose life. You can choose life. By the words you speak and let into your head. Even the smallest spark can carry you through the dark if you just let it guide your footsteps. Even the smallest spark can carry you through the dark if you just let it guide your footsteps. Pray, pray, pray. Throw all your secrets away. Pray, pray, pray. Let love win. Everybody gotta pray, pray, pray. Throw all your secrets away. Pray, pray, pray. Let love win. Even the smallest spark can carry you through the dark if you just let it guide your footsteps. Even the smallest spark can carry you through the dark if you just let it guide your footsteps. Even the smallest spark can carry you through the dark if you just let it guide your footsteps. Even the smallest spark can carry you through the dark if you take me. Even the smallest spark can carry you through the dark if you just let it guide your footsteps.
Yeah, Mandy.
Like I said,
Thank
not
you.
a bad song of the bunch.
Thank you, Ellen.
Yvonne,
Yes,
you've
ma'am.
been touring and on the road a while, and you play 5 nights a week. What would you say is your most favorite place you've ever played?
Wow, I don't know. I mean, I've played a lot of places. I would say that the ones that sit with me have been with these girls. I mean, I know it's Hillary and I both have played a lot of places, but for me, there was a gig we did in Lubbock that I think nothing will ever top it, even if we're in front of 25,000 people. We had 75 people in a small room, and I'll tell you, we did On, and we didn't have to sing any of the song. These guys were crying, and I'm like, don't cry, because I can't wipe my eyes. I'm playing, And I think that these ladies have put the wind back into my ragged sails. And
I think you had wind in there.
Oh,
well, they've pushed me along, and I'm so grateful. And so I think we've been chugging along at this for doing this for a while. I think that's probably the biggest.
How long has hONEyHOUSe been together?
3.5 years? 4?
I think about 4 years.
So
4 years in
established
August.
in
That we played our
2011?
first gig
right.
together. Mm-hmm.
I think
That's right.
so.
2011.
Yeah.
Have you thought about taking your show across the
Pond?
pond and playing in Europe?
Yes, we would love to, huh?
We want none of those T-shirts. We're big in Belgium.
We've got a pretty good listening group over there right now. So,
we have a lot
never
of
can tell
international
me this will
listeners
help.
right now.
We would absolutely love to go over there. I think that would
You
be
have your passports
wonderful.
ready, I take it.
We do.
Okay.
Good.
Well, it
Oh, you
sounds
don't
like
have yours ready yet? Mandy,
Guess what you get to
I'm going to
do,
leave you
Mandy?
you
behind.
can expedite that.
Well, you know, when we did discuss it before, I don't think the conditions were right.
No, they
And
weren't.
so I just wasn't,
weren't.
I hadn't quite bought into it, honestly. You know, I do have
That's
a little
a great way
6-year-old
to
at
say
home.
it. Yeah.
And so I feel like when the conditions are all right and just like everything has been with us, you know, when everything is set the way it's supposed to be and it's going to travel, it's going to move the way it's supposed to move, then it's going to sit well with me and I'm going to be like, let's
But
do
you
it.
got to get that passport. Be ready.
I do need to get that
Yes.
passport.
We have a friend named Paul Johnson. That's one of the. I think he did. This is in the music room show at 2:20 or something, and he did show number 4 with us. And he was took a friend back to Canada the other day, and they wouldn't let him into Canada because he didn't have his passport with him.
Yeah, now they won't let you in there.
And they said, well, actually, we'll let you in, but you can't get back in the States. And I'm thinking, hell, just go to Mexico and come across with everybody else. And it'll be, and it'll be easy. You just get right across. It's
Okay,
all-
let's
it's
not
all
get
right.
political.
No, I'm not political. No, I mean, I just thought it'd make it easy. Tell us about sweep. It's a clean sweep here. So.
Well, I grew up in Hobbs, and I had this immense blessing of living next door to my grandparents. My grandmother came from a ranching family, and she was a very wise woman, and she and my grandfather both are still this very present voice in my head much of the time. And I can remember being very young and going over there and probably, bad-mouthing a girlfriend or something. And she said, you need to make sure that your porch is completely clear before you go trying to sweep somebody else's porch. And that has stayed with me. And and then so the song. So that's the backstory. And I was married for about 25 years, and it was a summer when he moved out, and Lyric was at camp, and I was expressing my freedom. I was strutting my independence just a little bit. I was having a few margaritas, and I was smoking a few Marlboros, and I was having a really good time, and I was seeing a few different individuals at the same time. And so I had a girlfriend that she said, and this was a good girlfriend, and she says, I'm just not digging who you're becoming. You are just really, you're kind of sliding out, and people have mentioned to me that maybe, you're just kind of losing yourself a little bit. And that would have been fine if I really felt lost. I'll accept that, but Lyric was going to be home like in 4 days. And so I had like a week of freedom, and I was cutting loose. So the song was inspired by that. So I got my feelings pretty hurt, and then I came back home and just started preaching to her on the inside. And so this is what the song's about. And what's ironic, we just did a show that she was involved with, and she said, that's my favorite song on the record. I know it is.
It's all about love.
It's all about love.
Girlfriend came around to say you're drinking too much wine, you're hanging around the wrong kind of man, and you're smoking all the time. God is smiling on your child, ain't I happy with the living you do? I say pretty is pretty does, that's all I'm gonna say to you. Well, I bow my head, my feelings hurt, considered what she said. Well, deep down inside I heard a voice come creeping in my head. I said, sweep your own, but you come sweeping mine. Sweep your own, me and mine still went fine. I only have to please my Lord, I don't have to please you too. If you come off on my step, make sure that you wipe your shoe, sister. Yeah. When somebody comes around telling you to simmer down, passing judgment like a collection plate. Now
to participate.
Call you a sinner, call you out. In the name of love, ain't what love's about. When they start to criticize, you got to gently help them recognize. Well, I try to stop it, hold it back. Still the words came off my tongue. Well, next thing I heard was my grandmama's voice. I went to preaching like she done. I said, sweep your own, but you come sweeping mine. Sweep your own, Me and my heart's doing fine. You know I only have to please my Lord. I don't have to please you too. If you come up on my step, make sure that you wipe your shoes. Miss America, go ahead, wipe them. Yeah. Sweep my sister, sweep my brother, sweep my neighbor, sweep my mother, sweep my father, sweep my neighbor, sweep. Oh yeah, go on and sweep. Take your little judgmental shoes around the corner. Yeah.
Too good.
I just love attitude.
You came to the right place, girl.
I know.
Y'all did too. We appreciate you guys coming so much. You got one more song for us.
We did.
And it's called Conquer. I want y'all to set that up for us, but I also would like for each one of you just to take a second and talk to the people that may listen to this show on the internet from around the world and over the years to come, because it's going to be up there for a long time, and give them a little bit of your wisdom about maybe being in this business. If somebody came to you and said, you know, I want to be a singer, I want to be a songwriter like you guys, give them a word of wisdom, each one of y'all, if you would.
I'll go first. I think that I learned a lot from my father, who was a songwriter and a writer, and I got some really great stuff from him. But one thing I really learned was that he did it for the wrong reasons. And in my heart, I believe I do this for the right reasons. And that's why I still play 5 nights a week. And I haven't gotten a regular job because I'm stubborn and I don't want to do anything else. And whether we do something for free, or I do something for free, or I do it for, $500, it doesn't matter. It's just, I have to do it.
Same effort.
Yeah, same effort. There's 20 people in here or 20,000. We give the same effort. I give the same effort. And I think that anything you're going to do as a songwriter or a musician or a singer, you have to just really want to do it, because the music business will rip you up and tear you down. I've never been in a mold, and I never will be.
Good.
So, I don't know. It's just
I like the mold you're in, if you're in one.
Thank you.
It's just the right mold
just
for
me.
you. Yeah.
Just me.
Along the same lines, I don't know that it's for everybody, even if you love it. I don't know that it's for everybody, and I think you find out pretty quickly if it's for you or not. But to be in this business now over, 35 years, it's, are there terrible, awful times that you don't know how you're going to make it happen? Absolutely, of course. But I don't know if I would be anything, I don't know if I would be any more productive in another situation, in another job. I'm the most productive when I'm doing music, and that's what gets my energy. It feels right. It's what God keeps telling me to do. There's really no sensible reason why I should still be doing this. In fact, my brother, who is a broker, said, you may want to give that up, because you can probably just do about anything else and probably do much
You know
better.
what? If God wants you doing this, you don't need to answer to your brother.
Yeah.
Obviously, your brother has not heard a whole lot of y'all.
He's a businessman.
I think, I think he was just coming from a very
Yeah.
business perspective, and that can't touch you if you're in this. I mean, you can spin out on that, but that really can't touch where your heart is. And so it means something to me to write the next song, and it means something for me to play the next venue with hONEyhoUSe, and that's what matters right now. And I think probably until I can't sing, that's what's going to matter. Outside the people I love and my child, that's probably what's going to matter the most to me. So you have to mean it, and you have to want to keep doing it no matter what, because it won't be easy.
Mandy's turn.
Yeah, that's a really hard one. I'm trying not to think too hard about it. I don't know, because my experience is completely different from these ladies.
But just as valid.
It is.
Yes.
It is. And, I kind of have come to a point in the past probably year and a half or two where I've just kind of gone, okay, I got to quit thinking so much about this and just let it be, because, it was just not something that I thought I would be doing. And I said that to them pretty recently. I'm like, this is just so not what I thought I would be doing. I love music. It's always been a part of me, but it's just... But I think you have to honor the purpose that God has for you, and I really believe that this is the purpose. And
I believe y'all are all right on that.
and I have learned so much with these girls too. I used to play with musicians who would be like, "You got to pay your dues. You got to pay your dues," and would make things very hard for me, to make sure I was, kind of inducted into that society of being a musician. And I don't think it's all about that. I think it's about the people that you come into contact with. I've learned that so much with these ladies. It's the people that you touch. It's the people that hear the music. It's the people that you that welcome you into their homes and into their hearts and into their lives, and being the very best light that you can be, really honoring that light and what it is that you're here to do, and taking it very seriously as well. We have a lot of fun. We laugh nonstop. It's ridiculous how much we laugh together, but it's also very important how we treat each other, how we treat other people that are just so sweet and love on us, and really giving that glory to the one who put us here and put us in front of all of you. And I think that's where I come from at this point in it. It's like, I fought it for a long time. It was like I went to school. I didn't have a single lesson in anything for as long as I have been. I had my very first voice lesson a few months ago, and I was like, holy cow! I didn't even know my voice was supposed to do this, I had no idea, because by all means I was not going to be a musician. I taught school, I did all these other things, and finally it was like, okay, I get it. It was just like God going, really? Okay, this is what I want you to do. Here are these people you're going to do it with, and this is the success you're going to have, and y'all are just going to do it. You're going to trust me, and that's how it's going to be. And and that's where it's been, and that's where I come from with it.
And in the word hONEyhoUSe, it says one and us.
Yep.
That's us.
Was that on purpose?
It was.
Her husband actually, Clay did that, right?
Yeah, we were trying to come up with a really cool name, and did Jen say hONEyhoUSe? Somebody said hONEyhoUSe. I don't even know where it came from, but then we went to the computer. Let's type it up and see what it looks like. And it was like, well, capitalize this and capitalize that. And boom, when we saw it, it was like,
here it is.
There it is. Wow. One us. And it's just...
And Savannah, what about you?
I'm a very privileged 26-year-old.
Oh.
Very. I don't know, I haven't been doing this long, and
You're quite a natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Excellent.
The week that I got this djembe that I'm playing, the guy that I got it from, he was really good friends with Hillary, and I went to his music shop, and the one thing he told me, he said, hey, hold on to that. Meaning, hold on to them. Like, this is what you're to do, so I'm here.
Yay! We're so glad.
I'm super blessed. I don't know.
We're lucky.
Add a whole lot.
We're blessed, Savannah.
We are lucky and blessed.
God can work miracles, and He's put you guys together. Now, you've got a song that you're going to take us out of the show with.
Yes.
Called Conquer. And I want you to set that up for us and do that song, please.
It's actually called Conquer the World.
Okay.
With that song, I would like to add a little bit to what you guys said about advice and stuff. When we are writing together, and Mandy comes with us I have these words. It was obviously written for a reason. Hillary, myself, and in particular, this song, Conquer the World, we all know each other well enough to know she needs to write that song for some reason. She needs to write that song. I needed to write this song for me, for healing. And so I think that's a huge thing, too, is that don't stop yourself. This needs to be written, so you know what? I'm going to help lay out that carpet for that song to go.
No matter what.
No matter what. Mm-hmm. And I think that when you come, came to these girls with Conquer the World, and actually my best friend in Michigan, I had it halfway written and went to her. So there was a lot of hands in this song, but it helped heal me a lot and make me not be so afraid of certain things. And so that's the song is... I've been really scared the last couple of years of just things that I probably shouldn't be scared of.
I know the feeling.
But I am, and I think what helps me is that I know no matter what, the next day is going to be a new day. It's going to be okay. You're going to conquer something. And if it's the world, awesome. If it's just the fact you got out of bed, that's even better. So that's kind of what this song is about. It needed to be written, I think, for a lot of reasons. So, Conquer the World. I fight my own sorrows. I see my own truth. Wanna be like my heroes, not afraid of what I might lose. I go for perfection, it's just who I am. I've become disconnected, my confidence took off and ran. But there's no part of me that I can't believe won't come back to me someday.
I might be afraid of the dark today. Tomorrow I'll conquer the world. I might run in circles 42 times. Tomorrow I'll conquer the world.
In the palm of my hand lies my script. I choose what my day will depict.
You will believe what you see,
'Cause I'm anything you want me to be. And this part of me, that halo you see, falls so easily some days.
I might be afraid of the dark today. Tomorrow I'll conquer the world. I might run in circles 42 times. Tomorrow I'll conquer the world. Black and white, see the signs. Once I ran, gotta love who I am. I might be afraid of the dark today. Tomorrow I'll conquer the world. I might run in circles 42 times. Tomorrow I might be afraid of the dark today. Tomorrow I'll conquer the world. I might run in circles 42 times. Tomorrow I'll conquer.
Thanks, you guys. Thank you.
Well, I have no doubt that you ladies are going to conquer the world, and I look forward to following you and seeing where this all is going to take you, because I think it's going to be to big places.
Thank you, Helen.
You're going to come and do a house concert.
I know. I can't wait. Yay.
Yay.
I know.
I want to thank you again for coming down today and being a part of this. I want to thank our studio audience, our engineer, Larry Green, our photographers, Gene and Barbara Moore, and Randy. Without you, this wouldn't be possible.
And Helen Kennedy.
Thank you. You are in the music room with Treadway and Friends.